The Apache is the latest electric skateboard from Beastboard. Now, if you've been living under a rock, or if you're new to e-skate, Beastboard was a brand new company that came out of nowhere about 1.5 years ago. And since then, with their Viper model, they've really impressed, surprised, and I think earned a lot of people's respect, because the board they put out at the price they put it out at was fantastic. To this day, I still stand by that board as being one of the best electric skateboards you can buy for under 600 bucks. And now they've introduced the Apache. The Apache is just pretty much more of everything. Bigger motors, bigger battery, better-esque, nicer deck. It's got the same signature wind wheels. Can you see it there? Yeah, you can. The same signature wind wheels, but it's just a lot more polished. So really quickly, the specs of the board: it's 8 layers of Canadian maple, 1 layer of bamboo. It's using the latest Hobbywing ESC, which is their latest model, the Smart-esque. This means it can pair with almost any S battery, so 10S, 12S, 13S. It can also pair with any drivetrain. It also has auto on from the remote control. It runs cooler and quieter. Now, they've paired the ESC with a set of really nice 6360 Hobbywing motors, so you just know they're going to work flawlessly. And of course, the most important part, the battery. It's a 12S 4P, 520 watt hours. They're using a 30Q equivalent cell. So we're not saying these are Samsung cells, but they're the exact same specs as the Samsung 30Qs. So these are 18650s in there, and they say it'll do between 36 to 47 kilometers range, depending on your weight. I reckon I'll probably get around 32, 33 with my 225-pound frame, but they say it'll do a top speed of 47 kilometers per hour. Comes with a 2.5 amp hour charger. It takes about 4.5 hours to charge up from dead flat. And the last thing I want to talk about is the biggest change from the Viper. So everything else is just bigger. One thing they've changed completely on the Apache: every time I say Apache, I think of the song. That's enough, Bull, that's enough. I'll get a copyright strike. One thing they've changed on this board is the trucks. They've gone with a double kingpin truck, and it's a carve master, this board. This thing is the carviest board I've ever ridden. It does the tightest turns. You wouldn't know it by looking at it, but it just turns on a dime. And I'm going to demonstrate that to the point where it's almost a little bit too carvy for me. I will actually put some different bush ends in this and change it up just to get it a little bit stiffer, but that's my personal preference. So guys, that's enough talking. Let's get the remote, let's get the K2 NobleMan helmet, and let's go for it. Hi guys, and here it is in all of its glory. There are those beautiful 6360 Hobbywing motors. There's 110mm Viper wheels. There's that 8-layer Canadian maple, 1 layer bamboo deck, which does give it a nice bit of flex. Here are these double kingpin trucks, which when you look at them, they actually seem really low profile, which keeps the board nice and low to the ground. And of course, underneath the board, you can see that 12S 4P battery enclosure with that new Hobbywing ESC. All right guys, here we go. Now, in full transparency, I haven't done many kilometers on this board yet. Probably done maybe 10, just testing around my house, around my area. So I'm still quite new to it, but it does feel very nice and very smooth and very responsive. Again, those wind wheels are doing exactly what they're designed to do. Compress, take all the bumps and shudders. They really are a nice wheel. And as I mentioned in my Viper video, in the wet, they don't get as slippery as the cloud wheels, which is really interesting. And I want to show you this turning circle, because these trucks are incredible. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but that is very tight. Without me getting down and grabbing the board, whoo, you can actually see by how high the deck lifts. Like, it's crazy. And obviously being the 110, there's no wheel bite. Yeah, this thing carves and is just a lot of fun to ride. That's 40 kilometers an hour right there. I don't want to go too much faster. 41, 42. It's super windy, so you probably can't hear me that well. We've got a headwind. It can definitely go faster, but with the way the trucks are set up, I don't feel safe doing it. I am still recovering from my fall from a week and a half ago. I've still got a pretty sore knee. Skid on the elbow, almost recovered. Now let's take a quick look at the brakes, because as I always say, with a whole lot of go, you need a whole lot of woe. So we're sitting on 37 kilometers per hour right now, 35, and we're gonna do a brake test in 3, 2, 1, full brake. Oh yeah. It puts force on that front leg. So the brakes are good enough that it makes your front leg sort of go forward. So no issues at all. The brakes are so much stronger than they used to be. Like even just a year ago, these brakes on all the boards are just getting so much better. But the Smart-esque, the 9048, whatever model it is, it's very, very nice. Super smooth, but a lot stronger than the older model. Something else I wanted to show you is this rear setup. So there are those 6360 motors. They're very, very nice. They sound beautiful. They're not loud, but what I'm really happy about is how wide these belts are. Now, just eyeing that, I'm guessing it's 16, maybe even 17 mil, which is what leads to it not being super loud and not super whiny. This has a really nice sound to it. That's it. Alright, that was the Subaru going past. Really nice. I'm really happy. I'm really happy they've gone with wider belts, and I'm really happy they've gone with the 6360 motors, because they're just good motors. Do the flex test. Now remember, it's 8 layers of Canadian maple, 1 layer of bamboo. That 1 layer of bamboo really adds a nice little bit of rebound to it. Here we go, let's have a look. Now this is not spongy at all. It's got a really nice rebound, as you can see. Ooh, nice deck. I know, all the comments gonna say, haha, nice deck. I can't say it. I've tried to say it the right way. The more I try, the worse it gets. Anyway, let's have a look. Woo! Oh, holy, this is far. Oh, this is 45. Oh, 46. That's fast enough. Yeah, okay. So this will definitely do its advertised 47. Woo! Something just occurred to me. We haven't talked about the price yet, and this will be one of the strengths of this board. Its regular retail price, or RRP, recommended retail, is $12.99 USD. It's on sale at the moment for $9.99, so $999 USD. And I reached out to Beastboard, and they've given me a $100 off code, which brings it down to $899. So $899. I'll put the discount code in the description below or on the screen. It's a very good deal. Very good deal. I'm just going to quickly show you, and I've already shown you how it goes around in circles. I want to show you how tight this thing can actually turn. So this is probably a smidge under 3 meters wide, and I will probably only need half of it to do a U-turn. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. Ooh. Oh, just more than half. Ooh. Wow. It's so carvy. Like, it's so carvy. It's so much fun. Guys, that brings us to the end of the first ride, first look, whatever you want to call it, of the Beastboard Apache. Well, almost lost my camera. Really nice board. For the price, absolutely incredible. As we always do, let's do the SWOT analysis. Let's talk about its strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Strengths, straight off the bat, the deck on it is really nice. 8 layers Canadian maple, 1 layer bamboo, really nice, solid flex, nice rebound. Very, very comfortable to ride. I got no foot fatigue at all. That paired up with those wind wheels is the perfect combination. Even going over cobblestones, tiles, really rough ones, no issues at all. So massive strength is the deck they're using. The look is really nice. It looks great. Like, you just can't, it just looks nice. Simple as that. Nice dark wood, 2 simple stripes. Reminds me of a bit of a muscle car. So good job on that. The motors, obviously the 6360 Hobbywing motors, the new Hobbywing ESC. The truck's super carvy. Now this is a strength if you want a really carvy board. If you don't want a really carvy board, you might see it as an opportunity. But either way, it's very fun. And I was surprised I still managed to get up to 46 kilometers per hour during the ride, which you saw in the footage. The next one, the battery, it's a nice size battery, 12S4P, 520 watt hours. And they're the wheels, the wind wheels, as I mentioned with the deck. The wind wheels, they're their own wheels, and they're really nice, like very, very nice. So that's all the strengths, massive strengths. Weaknesses, there's no real weaknesses. Again, if we look at it from an $899 price point, or even $999 without the discount, it's a great sub $1,000 board. Nice thick belts, good motors, good battery, nice deck, great wheels, nice trucks. It's good, you know what I mean? So let's move on to opportunities. So, as far as the opportunities go, I would have loved to have seen a 21700 sell. I think 21700s would really just lift this board's game. It would make a really big difference. And the last opportunity, this is for me personally, I would love to have seen some slightly harder bushings. I don't know what the bushings are in it. It doesn't say on the website, but the way it's set up, it is super, super, super. I've tightened these and that's still as carvy as I showed you. So I will definitely put some stiffer bushings in this because it's such a nice board to ride, but it's just a little too carvy for me. And I've never said that before. I love carve, but this is just insane how carvy this is. It's so much fun, but it's always in the back of your mind when you get up to that 40k an hour speed, I could get a speed wobble. I haven't yet, but just the way this thing maneuvers it's incredible. And the last one is threats. There's been no threats, no cutouts, no brake lockups, no disconnects, no ghost accelerations, nothing at all. It's a really nice board, guys, seriously is. So guys, that brings us to the end of the video. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching to the end. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps. I can't stress how much it helps. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. We're about to crack that 7,000 mark, which is insane. I started this channel like 2 years ago, well, I had a channel for ages with no subscribers. I used it just to put videos to. So when I started making my first e-skate video, I had 52 subscribers. And the fact that in 2 years we're at almost 7,000 just blows my mind. So if you are new here and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. It means so much to me, every single subscriber. I just do a little dance every time I get a new one, so thank you so much. That's the end of the video, guys. Remember, skate safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you on the next video.